I did almost $400 worth of sales in 2 days. Stick around to the end and I'll break down how I did it and how you can too. What's up, guys? For those of you that don't know me, my name is Devin. I'm an average American documenting my journey to financial freedom. I also make a lot of videos about making more income for myself through different income streams. So make sure you subscribe and that you hit the bell for notifications of future uploads when I talk about things like this. But jumping right into the video, originally I recorded myself talking about purchasing a store from Fiverr. And I was going to go ahead with the concept of walking you through each day of me actually going through that store being built. However, I decided against that. And then I'm going to type in my credit card information. So what I'm going to do is show you guys as much as I can without actually revealing the store and everything that went into the store, how the store actually came out, in my opinion, and the different back-end stuff that the person on Fiverr did for me, and what I would recommend if you were to do this same thing, purchase a store on Fiverr. But jumping into the story, so what I decided to do was I went on Fiverr and I put in dropshipping, and I was looking around at the stores, and after doing some research on YouTube, I decided that what I really wanted to do was a one product store. Those are much easier for beginners in the dropshipping market, and it's a lot easier to build a brand around a one product dropshipping store versus trying to run ads for multiple products on a general store. In doing so, I found 3 different people who I thought that I would be very interested in possibly starting a dropshipping store with. And I messaged these people and talked to them through Fiverr and had them send me their different resumes and things like that. So in looking through each of these 3 different designers, I picked one of them, and I believe that the website that this person made was very phenomenal and very different. His portfolio was very different from the other 2. So you could tell that it was a premium theme and that he had high conversion tactics on the website. So let me show you the website real quick. So this is the website. It's called Case Pod. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically a 2-in-1 AirPod holder for your iPhone. So it goes over your iPhone and you can put your AirPods in it, basically to have both in the same hand without having to carry, the AirPod holder next to you. So in looking at this website and scrolling through it, I noticed that it was really well designed. The pictures are real high quality. The words he says around these things aren't really all that great, but I feel like that was something that I could change if he were to do that on my store. He puts the product on the actual page. Everything looks very flush, very nice. So I hit this guy up and I had him build me a store. Now, before I continue, I want you all to click the card over here in the corner and tell me, would you purchase a dropshipping store from somebody on Fiverr? Anyways, moving on with the video. So I ended up spending $200 on this store. I got his $150 package. Or was it a $190 package? There was a $9 service fee basically that Fiverr charges you. So I paid $200 all in for the store. As soon as I did that, he asked me a couple questions like what email address I would have the store under and things like that. Then he asked me what product I wanted to use for my one product dropshipping store. So I had been looking around, and as I mentioned before, I wanted to use the hexagon touch lights. However, at that time, I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do something that I felt like would succeed more than those lights. So he sent me a list of products that he thought that would be very nice for a one product dropshipping store. But after looking through them, I feel like most of them I had seen for a long time, like months and months at a time. I didn't want to get into a product that was already saturated. I wanted to get into a product that was maybe a little more new, something that a lot of people haven't seen yet, so that I could use a market that has not been stretched out. So I told him that none of the products that he sent me would be viable for my dropshipping store. So what he ended up doing was he sent me some more products later on, like the next day. And after he did that, I made sure that I told him that I wanted, before he did that, I made sure I told him that I wanted US suppliers only, because right now we're still going through the coronavirus incident. And I figured if I had US suppliers, it'd be better off for me anyways, as far as shipping time and things like that. After looking through all the items that he did have those touch hex lights on that second list. and it did have a US supplier. I decided to stick with the touchable hexagon lights, and in doing so, I decided that I'll do my one product store around that particular product. So from start to first delivery, it took me 3 days to get my store. The promised time for the store was 2 days, but since I asked him to send me different products and it took me a long time to find the product that I wanted, it took an additional day, so I'm fine with that. Now, after the first delivery, you can make revisions to the website. So the first thing I noticed was that a lot of his prices were like really weird prices, like $43.19 and different things like that, just random prices. They did have profit margins according to the prices that were actually on AliExpress, but they were just weird prices that I feel like people would see and they'd be like, why is this price so weird? So that was the first revision that I asked him to make. The second revision I asked him to make was the products actually showed how much I paid for them on AliExpress when you went through each different piece. That was a major issue because I didn't want people saying, oh, well, I could just go get this somewhere else cheaper, apparently looking at this is how much they spent to manufacture it. So I had him get rid of that. I had him to add Ali reviews onto the product so that I would have more credibility with the product. By having reviews under it that you import from AliExpress, people are more likely to purchase it because they'll believe that, oh, other people have already purchased it and they like it, so this must be a reputable site. I wanted to ask him to change some of the language on the store, but I know that he's not native English. So looking through the website, there was a lot of words and things that I went through myself and changed so that it would be more congruent with what I wanted on the store. I wanted it to look like a highly branded store, a store that the store that actually manufactured these products. That's how I wanted it to look. So I jumped into the store and I edited those. I edited all of the descriptions and stuff like that, and eventually he went in and he added those Ali reviews, and it was about time for me to start actually pushing visitors to the store. One other thing that I forgot to mention before we move on is that he did also add an upsell product that was part of the package, but I don't really care for the upsell product. It was the little moon lamp, if you've ever seen it. I'll put a picture of it on the screen. But I guess it will work since I'm really doing products around lighting. So, but anyways, I looked around for home. So what I did was I went on Instagram and I looked around for home decor Instagram pages to market this product on. And the process that I went through to do this, I started off by searching home decor, and eventually I found some Instagram page that was already doing home decor like posts. I went from there and I used the suggested to find other people who are also doing home decor posts. And after consistently doing this, pulling up the different pages, seeing how many followers they have, and typing them into an Instagram insight viewer, which basically shows me all of their engagement rate on their posts and everything, and what the average is for other pages with that same amount of followers. You want to make sure that you're paying for actual engagement versus a page that's dead. So I compiled a list of a bunch of home decor and room decor, different things like that. I compiled a list of Instagram influencers around that particular market, and I decided that I didn't want to go this route. And the main reason being is, one, it took most of these influencers forever to get back to me, a day or two, which of course most people will say that's not really forever. But when you're doing Shopify, you're trying to promote stuff with Instagram influencers. Imagine that you want your ad to go up on Tuesday and they don't get back to you until like Thursday. So that's 2 whole days that you spent without having visitors come into your store. So instead, I did something that I never have done before, which is I went to Facebook and did Facebook ads. So I can't show you the exact Facebook ad that I used and marketed towards people. I can tell you a couple things. It wasn't all that great. It wasn't that great of an ad, but looking at it, it did explain exactly what the product did. So I had to get my props somewhere. The ad started off with a lady pressing a bunch of lights on a wall, just showing that that's how you turn the lights on and off. And then it showed a man holding the light, plugging the light in and tapping it on and off to show that that's what you do, and then you connect it to others. So I believe that the ad didn't really need Word, but it could have been formatted a lot better. I could have used more, I wouldn't even say high quality videos. I would use more engaging videos. But anyway, so I went to Facebook and I did 3 different campaigns. So the first campaign that I did was smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm if you haven't done that already. But seriously, the first campaign that I did was a traffic campaign. So in that traffic campaign, I did use interest. I don't know what I'm doing with Facebook ads. Clearly that was a very bad thing to do. And I wasted maybe about $100 doing that. So basically my conversions were for click when I was doing it that way. They weren't for purchases. They weren't for initiate checkout, just for link clicks. So Facebook was going and finding people who they thought would click the link. After talking to Baird, who I'll be linking to his channel down below and probably up here in the cards, I talked to him about what I was doing with the store. I showed him my store, whatever. He really did like the store, but he told me that I should be running interest-based conversions. So I should have been running conversion ads for purchases. So I completely stopped the traffic ads and I went to interest-based conversion ads. And I set all of them as at purchase. And I just went through different interests that I thought that would probably come and purchase the product. So things like IKEA, things like technology, things like home decor, home improvement, different things like that. So he said that once I get to $7, if I don't have an add to cart, I should shut the ad off. So anytime I got to $7, I would shut the ad off immediately because it wouldn't be profitable in the long run. As I found some that started to do add to carts as well as initiate checkout, I also decided to go ahead and make lookalike audiences and do a campaign around those. The reason I decided to do that was because at that time, since I had did the traffic ads and I was doing the interest-based ads, my pixel already had at least 1,500 people that have come through the site, 1,500 different events. So I decided, why not go ahead and run lookalike audiences where it'll basically expand those audiences to different people and possibly push my content to people who would be more likely to come over and purchase, or at least come over and view the website and possibly initiate checkout. All in all, I spent $334 on Facebook ads. As you saw, I sold about $400 worth of orders on my Shopify store. My profit on the actual store was $120. So basically I'm down about $210. Now let's talk about why I feel like this isn't really a fail. Why I would say that this really can still go somewhere, or at least motivate me to do something different or create a better store or anything like that. So I've learned a lot just by going out and doing it. Even though the store didn't come out profitable after spending so much in ads, or even though I didn't necessarily succeed and jump into $10,000, which I knew wasn't going to happen anyways, I feel like by simply getting those first 2 sales on my Shopify store, it was more of a proof of concept for myself. So of course you always hear people talk about, oh, drop shipping, you should go do drop shipping and stuff like that. But if you've never done it yourself, if you've never actually made any money drop shipping, then of course you're gonna feel like, is this even really possible? I've had stores before, like I talked about in another video, like Free Your Mood, where it was a general store and I was trying to market different products. I had a ski mask. I had just random products on that store that I tried running ads for, and I tried using Instagram influencers for, but I would never get a purchase. And even back then I was thinking to myself, well, maybe drop shipping just isn't real. Maybe it's just something that only gurus can do, or maybe it's something that's made up that gurus just try to make people come to buy courses for. After Free Your Mood, I paid another YouTuber on this platform who I will not name $750 to create me a 1 product store, which, looking back on it, that was a horrible decision. But considering where I was financially and where I was in my mindset at that time, I thought that it was a great investment because I believed that it would one day become more profitable than what I spent on it. And that store, for those of you that don't know, is Anyana. It was a one product store, and it was based on the I Love You necklace. I had no idea how to run Facebook ads. I had no idea how to make ad creatives. I had no idea how to do any of that stuff. So mainly that store flopped because I wasn't knowledgeable in those things. He gave us a course to go through for Facebook ads and different things like that, but I still had no idea how to make ad creatives. I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't even have a guideline as far as how long it would take for me to even get a sale. Like, just doing this store alone, it took me maybe 500 to 600 visitors before I got my first sale. So for me, even though I didn't create what I thought I would create with this store, or what I expected to create with this store, I feel like it was a big win for me because it's a proof of concept that Shopify and dropshipping does work. So that's going to wrap up this video. If you have any other questions, make sure you leave them down below. Make sure that you like the video, subscribe for more content, and also follow me on Instagram. I talked about everything that I did over that time period on my Instagram story. So go over there and follow me, even though I only have one post. Just go over there, follow me. I will be posting more on that Instagram. And peace.